Hi, I'm John Byrne with Poets and Quants. I have with me today Ray Luther, the Executive Director of the MBA program at Indiana University's Kelley School of Business. Welcome, Ray.
Thanks, John. Glad to be here.
Okay, there are a number of differentiating aspects to the Kelley MBA program. Let's go through them.
Sure.
From the start to the finish.
Great.
What would you say they are?
So from a differentiating standpoint, first and foremost, we believe in the power of our academics. And so one of the most powerful things that we have that the students get right off the bat is our integrated core, which is such an academic foundation in all of the major functional areas and disciplines. And we have a world-class faculty that co-teach across one big class. And students work from soup to nuts with the faculty, and they work on teams, and they work across projects to learn all the functional disciplines, but then also understand how do these functions come together to work in a post-MBA setting, what they're going to face when they actually graduate from the program. The core culminates in a wonderful capstone case competition where the students compete against each other working on a live project from a real company such as Whirlpool or Eaton or Cummins that we've worked with in the past. And it's just a phenomenal foundational academic experience.
I will say, a lot of schools talk about integrating the disciplines and a multidisciplinary approach or team teaching. But the proof of the pudding is you guys give one grade for the entire core experience in the first semester. One grade.
One grade. One grade, that's it.
Now that really ties it together.
Yeah, that puts a lot of pressure on how you do across everything, and everything's important. It is an exercise in prioritization, right? It's a very intense experience with no shortage of reading and teamwork and sound academic foundations and fundamentals. So students have to prioritize how they work through that. We have a very high success rate in the core. And it's one of those things that we judge success by what's the impact they can have and actually applying this business fundamental knowledge and language together, which we see throughout the rest of the program, both in future courses that they end up taking or consulting projects that they work on. The core is just such a great foundation for everything that we do. Another key differentiator for Kelley is what we take seriously is your professional transition and your personal transformation, your personal development. And that actually starts even before you get in the program. Me Inc. is all about understanding yourself and how do you really discover what you want to do and then learn how to tell that story. The process actually starts in the summer with some pre-work. There's some worksheets and some thinking and some kind of reflection that we ask students to do coming into the program. We find students are either running from or running to something. And so that's kind of informal language we've used in the past, but all students are going through a transition. And we want to meet the student where they are and really work with them to say, okay, great, let's have a transparent conversation. Where do you know you want to go? Maybe you don't know where you want to go. What are we going to do to actually find out what that track looks like and how we can help get you set up for success?
Right. And then another aspect is your academy framework.
Absolutely. So we have a series of first-year academies that students can participate in, everything from consumer marketing to business marketing, corporate finance, our supply chain and operations academy, our capital markets academy, and our consulting academy.
Right.
And all of these academies help prepare students for the functional work that they are aiming to do, or even just industry knowledge and how do the theories come into practice and how does the practice see the theory. All of the academies are headed by either a director or directors that work with the students on translating their academic experience to how practitioners use it, and then also setting up a lot of networking and relationship building across all the alumni that have either been former members of the academy or just happen to be sponsors of the academy.
Right.
It's a core part of our experience.
And this is where a lot of the experiential learning comes through in the Kelley program, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the first semester is all about indoctrination into the area of the academy.
Right.
So in consumer marketing, we take a trip across the Midwest and go visit a number of consumer marketing academies. Business marketing does a similar thing. Consulting learns a lot about the industry and the various verticals that are available. So all of the academies take that kind of introductory period very seriously, which then leads to a second semester of experience of an experiential learning project with live companies.
Right.
How do we start to take this functional and foundational knowledge? How do we combine that with the academic foundations that they got in the core and they start to get in their electives, and then actually put that to work on a live project.
Right. And I think another unusual aspect of the program is how you pretty much get rid of the core, with the exception of one course in accounting in the first semester. So therefore, in the second semester, you can really load up on electives, deepen your expertise in the field that you want to ultimately enter, and really impress a company that you might intern with during the summer, right?
Absolutely. We think this is a key benefit of the program. We want to be able to offer students the opportunity to take some electives, learn various things outside of those foundational, very important business disciplines. But if they're going into a marketing internship, how can they get a little sharper on some key marketing concepts? Or how can they get a little better at some key financial concepts before going into the internship? And it's a very big bonus that our students love.
Yeah, and I think anyone who applies to business school has to know that the internship is more than an internship. It's literally a tryout for a job, and there are many companies who will not, in fact, hire a full-time employee without having had the chance to look at them for 3 months.
Absolutely. That market continues to evolve, and the internship is about trying on a new career or a different career that you want. So you're doing a trial period, but the companies are actually doing a trial period on you.
Right.
And as you mentioned, many companies are only looking to their intern pools for the full-time hires that they actually make. So while not the case in every situation, it's a very important experience that we want to make sure the students have the ability to be on their best foot to perform well, right? And then show their best selves while they're actually working with the firm.
And what about outcomes? Where do your students go? What kind of companies do they work for? And what are your employment rates?
We have a wide variety of companies, everything from Fortune 500, such as Procter & Gamble, Colgate-Palmolive, Cummins, Whirlpool, etc., to major consulting firms such as Deloitte, Ernst & Young, Calypso, and ongoing tech. Amazon has made a big push to hire a number of students over the past year, and so have a few other tech firms. So the market continues to evolve. We're in a space where our students are getting jobs at the major companies out there. Our outcomes are great. We're very proud of our outcomes. The outcome we pay most attention to is our employment rate 90 days post-graduation. And we're always somewhere between 92, 93, 94%, which we're very proud of. Oftentimes, those that even fall outside of that window are great candidates. They just have a specific need, such as a geography location or personal situation that's dictating some specific need in a search. And our coaches work with those folks to make sure they continue to get support as they need it. So we're very proud of our career coaches. We're very proud of our overall professional development support system, and we think it's one of the major benefits of the program.
Okay, your best advice to an applicant to the MBA program. What do they really need to know? What do they really need to do to try to increase the odds that they're going to get in?
So all the fundamentals are important, such as GPA and great GMAT scores, etc. But what we really want to know is who you are, not who you think we want you to be, right? We've helped a number of people transition from careers such as Peace Corps and military and musicians and opera singers. We've had all of it, right? And what's common among those is when we see somebody who really can open up and tell us, this is who I want to be, and this is how the MBA is going to fit in this plan. They may not have it exactly right, but they have a sense of what they're going to get out of this large personal investment they're going to make, both in terms of time and money, and we really want to work with people that want to be there. So the best advice is show your best side, help us understand who you really want to be, and be open and transparent so we can decide we want to work with you.
Ray, thank you.
Thank you, John.
This is John Byrne at Poets and Quants. Thanks for watching.